Plain Air Live. Oh yeah, that's nice, right? So do you have our friend Alex coming on?
Not sure yet.
Can I have a sip of your water? I'm a little bit parched. That edible's doing its job.
What?
Can I have a sip of your water? I don't have any water here with me.
You're faded right now.
No, I'm not faded.
We're over here behind Melons, man. I once knew a melon named Helen. She was gelling.
It says some error. Please use keyframe, but we're still going. I don't know what that means.
Something's up with. Oh, there we go. My mic's back.
Oh, I see it now.
There we go.
Yeah, I like the fact that we put this umbrella, the umbrella in here, because now I can see, you know. It makes sense why you would want to keep your veggies dry. You're just getting right into it. So here we are, another episode of .02468 apostrophe S Plain Air live and direct. And here we have Gun, West Side Gun, Sun's Out, Guns Out, Gunner Grieve to the left of me. And so Gun, what happened last week, man? You were MIA, slept in. What? Let's check in with you.
Sleeping on the job.
Literally sleeping on the job. You want your mic turned up? Most people want it turned down. So I interviewed that guy who's over there. There's Alex. He's right there. You can get it.
Hey, Mr. Weiser, would you be available today?
Today's not a good day. For what?
Tomorrow.
Just to do like a little interview. Yeah.
If
Dude.
it quiets on, if it
I'd
quiets
really
down.
rather not today.
All good.
Alex. So we were just soliciting Alex Weiser, the owner of Weiser Farm. And he seemed like yeah. See, people are curious, and that's why I wanted to get that on the air, even though I turned it off.
We should have just said yes. Let's go do it at your place.
I did say, and then he said, "What's your show?" He's moving fast. You know what I mean? He's a fast talker. We know, and that's why we wanted him on the show.
Fast processor too.
That's what I'm saying. Well, usually fast talkers are fast processors. You know what I mean? They're just kind of like trying.
Not all of them.
They're trying to get it all out, and you're not your mouth is not moving well if you're not processing. You know. So what was I talking about before? I said Alan. We had Alan Price on, the busker, last week in your absence, and we know another gentleman here, huh?
Yeah. This is the homie right here.
Okay, cool.
Yo, what's up, bro?
What's going on, dude?
Good to see you, man.
I was just about to text you this morning and ask if you're gonna be here.
Yeah, bro, we're here. You want to hop in the show for a bit?
I got like about 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Cool.
I don't know who are you?
What's going on?
What's up,
brother?
man?
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Michael.
My name's Lee Art.
Okay, cool.
Nice to meet you, Michael.
Nice to meet you. What do you do?
What I do?
What do I do about what? So when someone asked me that, what I said, what do I do about what?
Yeah, I prefer. How do you be?
Yeah.
How do you feel? How do you feel?
What are we gonna talk? What I'm asking is sort of shorthand. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Where are you coming from?
I just got. I was coming from my home.
Okay.
Doing a little bit of market run, weekly market run.
Nice.
Okay, now tell me. Do you hear it?
Yeah. I hear it.
I'm gonna give you this little mic. Oh wait. Oh, there you are. You
Mic
can.
check 1 2.
Can you hear yourself?
Oh, I hear myself.
That's nice, right?
Yeah, it's a very pleasant, massaging sound.
Yeah, when you hear your own voice,
Yeah.
it's something nice. I think people get into it.
But this is quality.
Is
This
it?
is a quality audio.
Yeah, like you stepped into like a sort of atmosphere, didn't you?
Yeah, now all of a sudden it doesn't feel like I'm in a public space. I just stepped into someone's studio.
Yeah. So take this one so you can have a mic on her and see how if that one works. Hold on a second. Let's bring you up. Okay, try it now.
What's going on? Whoa.
Okay, there you go.
There we go.
So you're just shopping. What is going on?
I'm just getting the weekly groceries.
And how do you know Gunner?
I ran into him here
Oh.
at the market.
Some ley lines, bro. Really.
Yeah.
So we met here at the market, talking to Marilyn over at one of the meat vendors. Then we run into each other at
Marilyn
Gold's.
that also works at Just Swallow, right? That
Correct.
Is that am I saying?
Giant Isaac.
Yeah. Okay.
Same parent company, both bread. And
I
then
see.
we run into each other at Gold's Gym. Then 4th of July, 4th of July, we see each other at the beach randomly.
Yeah.
Uh huh. It's
Like-
a small town.
And he actually texted me earlier in the day, hey, I'm going to be at Driftwood. And I didn't even see that message. And I went down there to kick it with Joe, because Joe lives on Driftwood.
Oh, interesting. So yeah, Driftwood.
Which
that's
is
right.
where we met.
That's true.
A year ago on 4th of July.
That's true. Yeah, that is true. So you had a good 4th of July again. Then
Yeah.
eventful. So that's how you guys know each other and what else?
Do you boys believe in synchronicities?
Yeah, but yeah, absolutely. I suppose that.
Totally.
Yeah.
Because I think that day when I saw you here, and then like a few hours later saw you at Goals,
Sure.
it was synchronistic.
Yeah.
And then I
But you
told
guys could also just be, and I'm going to play the devil's advocate here.
Go ahead.
It's like you guys are working in similar circles. Not the beach, maybe. The beach is kind of. Were you walking on the sand? Can we get it?
Yeah, just
Okay.
walking on the sand. Really.
Okay. And yeah. So what? So then what happened?
And then here we are.
That's what I'm getting to. So what's your name again? I don't think you said it on the air.
My name is Lee Art.
Lee Art.
Lee
Okay.
Art.
Okay. Cool. And where are you from, Lee Art, originally?
I grew up in New York and New Jersey.
We're in New York, New Jersey.
Northern Jersey, Wayne, New Jersey.
I know Wayne.
You know
for
Wayne?
sure. Absolutely. I'm from New Jersey.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I spent a lot of my time in New Jersey.
Which part?
I'm from Manasquan, New Jersey.
Manasquan.
Yes.
Okay,
you
so
know
the shore.
Yeah, right at the shore.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you
yeah.
know. And I lived in the city. I actually moved here from the city.
Wow.
I lived there. I've been living there for like 25 years since I was out of college.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm coming from the East Coast myself.
Right.
How
you
long?
understand that playground?
Absolutely. This is a different place.
Yeah.
Very different. So what do you think about it? LA's wild, kind of.
I mean, LA was not the nicest place when I first arrived. It
Yeah.
tries to kick you out.
I get that's an interesting. That's a very. So this is my experience with it. So when I'm in California and for instance, you're very chill, right? People
Yeah.
are chill.
Yeah.
And then, but if you're in their view, like if you're the car, like they'll literally race around you, like
Yeah.
aggressively, really aggressively, and then they just chill. Like, don't fuck my view up. So what you're saying is kind of, it's very, it's like, funny that we should be talking about this sort of. It's good that you're I just met you. We don't have anything that, like, I was like, what am I going to
No
talk
context.
to?
I want to
Yeah,
hear
no
what
context.
what he had to say about LA trying to kick him out.
But hold on, we're going to get to that. And I just watched the film The Beach with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
And have you seen The Beach before?
I have not.
Have you seen The Beach?
No.
Okay, it's a Danny Boyle film who made Train Spotters. Have you seen Train Spotting?
No.
Okay, so
0 for 2.
okay.
Same.
Danny Boyle's a British, very, esteemed. He's a interesting filmmaker, a British filmmaker. Like, makes kind of like, if you knew Train Spot, do you know Ewan McGregor, the actor?
God damn, dude.
Wait,
no.
you don't
0
know?
for 3.
Okay, Jesus Christ. Do you know Obi-Wan Kenobi, the most
Yes.
recent iteration? That's fucking. So before he was Obi-Wan Kenobi, that guy was a heroin-addicted, like, Scottish guy that
Yeah.
was like, that's how he came up. He was like, this is his fundamental film, right? Before he got signed to Hollywood.
Gotcha.
So, to bring it back, where was I at with the
Territorial. LA.
LA.
LA territory? So funny that Ewan McGregor was actually okay. So never mind. So The Beach is a beautiful place, right? Like it's like this film from 2000. It's so 2000 when he's a traveler. There's internet cafes. Do you remember internet cafes?
Of course.
You
I
don't
grew up in
remember?
them.
Yeah, exactly. So you know what? So even when he's traveling, so he's in Thailand, and then he finds a map to this secret beach where there's this community of people, and it always, it's like Lord of the Flies. Are you guys familiar with Lord of the Flies?
Yes.
Okay. You had to read that in
Didn't
in
even read
Waldorf?
it.
Okay. Anyway, so this Lord of the Flies thing sort of happens in paradise.
Yeah.
Like we're creatures left to our, we're really primates, you know what I mean? And I hate this, like, in a way. And we're in, like, we have it's a really nice set.
Yeah.
Like, it's beautiful here. But the people,
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a
you know what
it's a competitive culture.
not just competitive, it's something, like you said, it's territorial. So if
Yeah.
you're, fundamentally you felt like they're like, listen, I have a really good campsite right here. Did it feel like this? Have you been camping before? Have you
Yeah,
been
of
back?
course.
So
I'm following your analogy.
Okay, and you've been that guy that's
Yeah.
either been at the campsite or the guy that's showing up at the campsite.
Right.
Two different mentalities.
Right.
The guy that found that killer campsite is just like, I don't want no one camping next to me right now.
Yeah.
There ain't no way I want no one camping here right
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
So when someone shows up and you hear him clunking up the trail, you're like, no, motherfucker, do not set that tent up right there.
Yeah, you're either coming in about to ruin the vibes because you're
Yes.
too loud, or just you don't know the lay of the land yet. You don't know the lay of the land, but also.
But you're all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're coming up the hill. You're just seeing that view for the first
Well,
time.
I do want to push back a little bit. I
Yeah.
do think it's circumstantial.
Yeah.
Everyone's experience is unique and different.
Sure.
I think you're right that there is
Sure.
that like feeling of just not being able to integrate immediately.
Yeah.
But my experience was definitely circumstantial. Like I didn't come here with.
But you were just talking about synchronicity, so I was thinking that maybe like we're in a certain sort of, the way that Los Angeles is that we're in a certain sort of you know, New York has its own vortex, right? It's like a river. Like you get into the city and it's just like,
Right.
right?
It's fast-paced.
And you're like, you have to, you know, it's like one of those sort of you know, you're like about to jump in a river and then you're just like, you jump into the thing and then you're just swirling with it, right? And so you're meeting people, like if you're on a raft moving really quick, you're like, yeah, what's good? You know, here it's almost like little vortex, like, you know, it's far more like clusters almost. If I would, like little,
Pockets.
like pockets, and like, you know, like I was thinking of like estuaries, like little, like, you know, like eddies really of activity.
Yeah.
You know, like so it's very sparse, and then you have these like little like tide pools, clusters of you know, it's very
niche people. Yeah.
and you have a certain sort of fundamental volatility. You know what I mean? To also this how it's, you know, New York City is on a block of granite. You know, it's bedrock that goes right into and then, you know, Los Angeles it's shifting constant.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So it has its own. He said ley lines earlier, you said ley lines. So speaking on that on a very fundamental level, we're on a very massive ley line that's Los Angeles, antithetical almost to that, like maybe on the East Coast, right?
Right.
I don't know. So
I also feel like there
so I
might be
think
some
that-
stagnant energy in LA.
and
With like your description of like how it's more still water, but there's vortexes, you know, kind of spread out more sparsely. In that stiller area, you know, you sort of do get more, like as water's moving, right? It seems to be cleaner, right? But when water kind of sits, it gets a little murky.
It gets a little murky. But I don't even know if it's necessarily like murky. It's almost like when you look around, it operates like we live, and Los Angeles at large is a large garden, right? This is all planted. This isn't native bush. But when you go to native bush and you see the way it like, you know, like even in a hike, like we were talking earlier, like Sandstone Peak, it's mainly just, and there's these clusters of you know, sort of activity, but also sparse and like, you know, like little.
So how did you feel that when you got to LA? How long have you been here for?
Thank you, Hassan. Oh, thank you.
Dude, I gotta go.
He's
Okay.
got. You're getting
I
locked
got
into a
meeting
film.
at
Yeah,
11,
let's.
dude, and I
There you
gotta
go, that's-
run back to my crib.
Let this man go. But so
But-
what are you doing here now in LA?
Give 30 seconds by yourself and then dip.
Yeah.
Everyone else wants to talk about this.
Yeah.
LA right now is a land of opportunity for me. I've worked in social media my entire career, and now I've like evolved into brand and marketing, and I'm helping people develop their personal brands.
Okay.
But also taking a shot on my own and just working on my own social media presence. My objective is really to help people find their identities. I think this world is lacking individuality, and in LA it only made it more clear to me, just seeing how this conformity is like super strong and felt here. And I think people forget who they are in this landscape, especially with the content they consume. So I want to be the antithesis of that and create something meaningful and help people shape their identities.
Beautiful.
That's the goal.
Great to see you, brother.
Good to see you, bro.
I'll see you soon, definitely.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I would love to. I'd love to chop it up with you, bro. I saw your text about.
Hey, it's old.
Work and shit.
Yeah, let's do it. Broke my arm falling off a e-bike, kind of like this. We'll talk.
I got this back on here. Oh, he's got these kids coming. So look, this is Wiser. Can you get it Wiser back there? Sold. You see him? He's got all these like children. He was talking about how he's already booked and he's cutting melons. And zoom in on him, maybe.
Look at this, bro. This is beautiful. We got a kids camp over here.
Yeah, it's like
eating some top tier watermelon. Interacting with.
So,
I mean,
How do you know? So how do you know
this
that
is
guy?
a ley line, right,
How do you
bro?
know, how do you know that guy? Bro, I want to know how we know that individual.
Lee, right?
Lee,
Lee
okay.
is a fantastic individual. You know when you meet somebody and it's like a magnet snaps together? It was like that.
Huh. Okay.
We met here at this farmer's market
so-
3 weeks ago.
And he's a social. He does social.
I didn't even know that.
Okay.
And I'm currently...
Wait, I want to ask you. So So last week, what
Do you want to
hap-
hear how we met, or...
No, let's get on to the. I was just thinking.
I feel like you were kind of talking over him a little bit, you know?
No. I wanted to give. I think we need to start. I needed a context. Like, he was evasive when I first. Like, I didn't want to ask what he did, but I guess it was hard for him to jump right. So I loosened him up.
Sure.
To the possibility of just getting loose.
Yeah.
I was just trying to. So I wanted to ask you, but I was in the middle of talking to you about what happened last week, and where are you with it? That was what I was in the middle of getting into with.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I was prepared to have a brand content guy. Oh, it's sold. The link is. Hold on a second. It's Plain Air Live. Hold on. Plain Air Live on YouTube.
I want a slice of that watermelon.
You should get a slice. You should stand in line, Gunner. Put your backpack on, man.
Yeah.
There's too many. Wait, Plain Air Live? Wow. Okay. So maybe plain. See, that was the thing. Okay, we could discuss the name right now. Photoplay Verite is the only thing that came up. And now
It's hard to spell.
Photoplay is hard to spell.
Photoplay Verite.
Oh, Verite. Yeah, Verite might be difficult for people. That's true. So, what's that song? Maybe you can go to live. You have to go to the live, Plain Air Live. But I'll figure something else out. And we're leaving everything transparent. And
The show will be cleaned up in a couple months' time.
Yeah. I was just trying to get a context in which what we were having the guest on the show. I didn't mean to talk over him, but I did have to get something off my chest about when he immediately said, "Don't come here."
What do you mean? Who said don't come here?
Oh, like the Los Angelino vibe is like, "Don't tramp. This is my campsite."
I wanted to know what he meant by that. We didn't get into that.
Yeah, I know we didn't get into that. And we just, I wasn't really.
I was curious what he meant by it.
Well, what do you think he meant by it then?
I don't know. I guess it's not important for right now, though.
Can I ask you? He's a content producer, so he's helping people find their identity. I don't know how. So
Content creator, been in content marketing, I guess
Yeah.
it seems like.
I was just
And-
wondering what the context was, what we were doing. So anyway, let's just.
So let's cut back to what we were talking about. I missed last week in a slump, not feeling motivated, slept in. Like, that shit just can't happen anymore, you know?
well, I know that it can't happen
it's
anymore.
like it's like the input of, like, if I stay up late on my phone, then I'm gonna be drained the next day.
So just give me for instance, you're up on your phone late at night.
What's good?
Oh, what was that? Oh, funny. That was a sensor button that I was accidentally hitting. That
That was the sensor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, can I say some profanity? Can you bleep it out?
Yeah, you could do that.
Holy. Oh my god.
So no, but you weren't saying anything. You were just saying, "Oh my God!" But yeah, you said,
I'm gonna say it now, okay?
"Oh."
Oh shit.
So yeah, you can play around with
You
that.
didn't get it all the way though. You got this.
That's what you kind of know. That's what they're. That happens when they're actually doing a lot.
Shut the front door.
Yeah. Anyway, so just let's. What happened? So you were feeling. What time are you on the phone till at night? Like, give me a typical night. What are we? 4?
Do you want to say hello?
Say hello.
Say
Four-
hello.
Say hello. You want
For-
to talk? He's wondering if you want to say hello on the mic.
Hi.
What's your name?
Emily.
What's your favorite animal?
Elephants.
Elephants.
You want to tell him?
That's amazing.
We're in the palm room.
The palm room. What does that mean?
We're at Corner.
We're at growing place.
Preschool.
Growing place. That's amazing. Are you growing right now?
Say always.
Oh, wait.
Amazing. You doing a little dance over here?
Yeah.
I love to dance. Dancing is fun. Moving the body.
How were the melons? Did you
Oh, yeah.
Did you like the melons? Which ones did you have?
Well, they're the ones that guy gave. It was red.
Oh, it was red.
Red.
And
What did it taste like?
Like watermelon.
Ah, there we go. Nice.
Bye.
Thank you for being on the show. Good to see you.
Um,
This is a farmers market podcast that we do.
yeah. So let me ask you. This is a real. I love. We got some strong farmer looks today. I want to talk about some farmer looks today.
They're like-
that was some complex suspenders, and I just. Yeah,
I've seen that.
Let's run the guest by me normally. Let's confer about who.
Well, he was
yeah.
walking by. I didn't even know he was gonna be here.
Okay.
That
Okay.
was like a spontaneous,
Yeah, I
like
get-
bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada bingo. Yeah, and he's from Wayne. I know that as well. Anyway, look, farmer. Who we thought we were getting on today, and he was pre-booked, is our boy Farmer. Is Alex here? Alex Weiser himself, and
The man.
yeah, the myth, the legend. He's a very.
Thank you.
He's very funny. Thank you very much. That's so sweet. Thank you.
That's good, bro.
That is really. What variety is this?
That's got to be honeydew.
Yeah. Which the one? Bonnie? Bonnie's like crack, man.
Bonnie's like crack. This is not Bonnie though.
We should probably get a little bit of a garbage. You're like the character from. Have you ever seen Boys in the Hood?
I have. I was super high and I fell asleep.
Anyway, you know the athlete that's always eating in the scene, and Brad Pitt did that. Is like his prop was kind of like food. Do you know what I mean? You're that character. Like there's a character that's always
Snacking.
That's always eating. Like in the, and it's not even just snacking. It's just like.
Munching.
Yeah, it's just like a thing, you know? It's a vibe. It's a vibe. Anyway, these are kids you need to get in line with your backpack. I told you, Gun. Let's go. So I wonder what happened last week.
What was it? The palm room? Palm room. Shout out palm room.
So last week,
They're doing it right. Getting the kids to the market.
you just slept through. And I wanted to ask you what happened with the honey guy, man. You're not working with the honey man anymore?
Nah, man, I didn't show up for work.
That's what I figured. So that's what I want to get to the bottom to. And I don't mean to laugh and I'm not being antagonistic.
Bro, let's have
Like, I
fun with
don't-
it, cause like
I don't want
let's
you
just
to be
air it out there.
evasive. Yeah, so I'm gonna get
Let's
this
just
out there.
air it out there.
Let's
So-
air it out.
So I didn't show up to work. Straight up, didn't really even show up for myself. Really,
Listen,
legit.
let's stop doing the self-pathologizing and also the self-medicate. Like we're our own Like, so just tell me the behavior though. Like you're like, I got this on lock though. I just want to know what is it
like
that,
just laying in bed watching movies, watching TV.
yeah. What
just-
time are you up till watching? What time? Like, give me like 5 in the morning.
Nah, like 11 or 12.
Oh my dude, come on! There's people that are staying up all night. Like you're not.
It's
that,
not even
I
that
don't-
bad.
I'm not even thinking you're that bad. Okay, so you slept through your hot yoga class first thing in the morning. You're like, dude, I slept through my hot yoga class first thing in the morning. It was so traumatic, and then. And then
I
the
slept through my cold
the
plunge session.
Yeah, and then the studio instructor.
I didn't get to my grounding outside.
Yeah,
I didn't do my morning meditation. Oh gosh. Legit, that's like me.
That's what you're
That's
like,
me.
it's
And then I'm like,
it's
and
called,
I'm like,
it's called white girl
well,
problems. Can I
well,
say it?
fuck it. Might as well just lay in bed all day.
Called white girl problems. So listen.
I got white girl problems.
Oh man. So okay, so you went to.
The great thing is that they're not that hard to fix.
Yeah, I know, but so what is the pathology? So you wait and you slept through. So what happened with the honey guy? Did he fire you?
No.
Did he let you go? He said take
No,
a break.
he said, bro, like, take a second to, like, because they don't really need me there. Like, it's Giovanni and David, and, like, they got that thing.
a lock.
You got to bleep me out next time.
Speaking of
They
lock.
got that fucking shit off.
Anyway, you're really
And-
enjoying that. You're really
it's so fun.
That's why it's Plein Air Live. But now come to find that there's too many Plein Air Lives. There's too many. Photo Play Verite, nothing. We're the only ones out there. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Like,
Okay.
Weiser's doing his thing over here. He's checked to see if the spout worked on that. Like, that's, just a nice little homemade jammy. You take one of the thing, just fucking drill it. Forstner bit that.
Right. Okay. So
Let's go.
where were we? We're digressing.
We're digressing. We're transgressing. And so
What's
we
the
need
next
a trash
step?
can. What is the next step? So you're sleeping through the job. So you lost the honey job. Since we've done the show,
Okay. I didn't
since-
lose the job. They told me to take some time off to decide if that's something I want to do because they want me
They
there.
didn't really need you.
They don't really need me, but they really like having me there because of my vibe, my energy, just like what's going on, the people that we interact with. They also love having a bit more of like space to breathe. Mm-hmm. Because when there's space to breathe, you can have more time to talk to people and interact and get to know people and, ingrain more in the community. Like, look at Weiser over here having a great conversation. If he didn't have all this help, he wouldn't be able to do that.
Totally, I agree. We get he set so he has employees. He's also setting a mood. Weiser has a large, next. There's a lot of We're almost like a subsidiary at this point of a subset of Weiser in a way. Like we're over here, and I don't know. Garcia Organic doesn't seem to have a problem with us just staged. This is like our little spot now, in a way,
is, yeah.
right? Like we have our own little farm stand, quasi farm stand, and I'm kind of like hiding back here because that's the thing about the farmers market. What originally made me think to do it here is that this is where I ran into so many people that I knew. We're
not in the market, though.
We're not in it. So it's like and I don't think you legally can be. I don't think buskers are allowed in the market per se.
No, we're not.
And so you're sleeping in, you lost that job. So since we've done the show, can I just ask you, how many jobs have you lost? And I'm not coming down. Let's just start. Let's strip it down and build back up here.
Yeah. So I lost, it's like 6 jobs.
6 jobs since you've been here. And honestly, seriously, since we've been doing
6
the
jobs
podcast.
that I've quit, been fired from, or left.
And you've thought about this already? Because you seem
I was
prepared
having this
for
conversation with my mother the other day.
but in relation to the
Since-
podcast?
No, not in. Well, when did we start the podcast? In like
April-ish. We started kind of
so
like
then it's been like
maybe
4,
April, May, maybe
3, 4. One was like
Okay, so you've lost
3.
Let's start over. You've lost 6 jobs since you've been back from Colorado. Are we including the Colorado job that
Yes.
you lost? Okay,
Yes.
so you
so there's
obviously
the
have
insurance
had to-
job in Colorado.
Yep.
Then the new insurance job here, which I tried doing, and it was like, this is not for me. So, boom.
Selling. Hold on a second. Let's pause. So you were selling life insurance.
I was selling life insurance in Colorado.
That's a crazy business, man. Selling people life
Calling
insurance.
people over the phone, scheduling appointments, going to their homes, figuring out what they're doing, like a comprehensive financial analysis of what's going on in their life, and then deciding, okay, this is the best plan for you. This is the life insurance you need. It was also Medicare. It was also Medicare supplements, like so many products. And I was in that industry finding like seeing the people in that industry, seeing like the trajectory of how my life was going and thinking, this is not what I want to do.
Again, we're digressing. So you didn't.
You don't want me to give any context to why I left?
Because we're trying to streamline this situation right here. Let's create a timeline.
Okay.
So we can now. So second job.
December 2024, quit the insurance job.
Okay. Next. What happened?
January
Yep.
2025, started working at Like-Minded Sauna Cold Plunge.
Okay. Yeah. You did that. So and then Then go and we'll go back in each job.
Then I started working at not Like-Minded. That was the third. The second one was I got back into the insurance industry doing
That's right.
over the phone, more digital, so not going to people's homes, just selling like one call closing. Tried doing that with a different system. Didn't work. Didn't like it. Then after that, so that's 2 jobs. That's February. Then February, I got the job working at the Sauna Cold Plunge at Like-Minded. Then in August, January, February, March, I started doing late Sunday afternoon retail shop, which was like handmade scarves, blankets, little books. Tchotchke shop.
Tchotchkes. So you were
Right. That's 4.
Yep.
Insurance, Sauna Cold Plunge, tchotchkes.
Yep.
Then the 5th is the Giant Isaac job that I got
What is Giant Isaac?
working with Marilyn.
Oh yes.
She
okay.
hired me, and I didn't even show up for like day 1 because I was just
Tell me why.
same thing as I didn't show up to the podcast. I was just like, didn't get to my yoga class the day before. Or there's some little thing that just set me off track, and I was like, all right, fuck it. It's not even worth showing up because I don't even feel good right now.
But it's not. I don't think it. If I had to really think about it, there is one event usually. Is it? Can I ask you when you fall into like?
No, it's like a slippery slope. It's like I start spending more time on my phone, and then I stay up a little bit later. Then I miss my evening routine. Then the next day I miss my morning routine, and then I go to work and I'm like super tired. And then the following day, I don't eat. I eat a bunch of sugary food, and like I just go down this slippery slope where I start holding myself to my, non-negotiables less and less to the point where it gets like so much that I can't even handle it, that I just isolate myself.
Okay, so what's isolation look like?
It's a little different every time. Sometimes it's just like watching movies. Sometimes it's, cooking food. Sometimes it's going for walks. Sometimes it's journaling. Sometimes it's...
Because I'm just trying to get to the root of the problem. You seem to think that... you just seem to be an active kid.
I've gotten to the root of the problem so many times.
What I'm trying to say is that maybe that there's...
It comes from a place of lack.
A place of lack.
A place of like comparison, and a place of comes from a place of like keeping score with like my goals, rather than just taking every day, being grateful, and experiencing what the day has to offer, enjoying what's in front of me, staying present. And it's quite simple, really. It's like an addiction to my past behavior that didn't serve me, that didn't work. I mean, high school,
You're just a young guy still, so I mean, you're figuring it out. So your past behavior is like
but it's
pretty
like,
brief, relatively, is what I'm thinking. Pretty brief, in the sense that you've maybe formed a couple bad habits.
But this habit doesn't serve me in like my grander scheme of life anymore, and so it's time for me to stop doing that.
Yeah. So you're over. So how is Blackburn going currently? Blackburn is the sober living house that you're. And is it?
It's going great, man.
Is it something? Is there an anonymous? Is there a certain sort of group that would meet for this sort of thing? Like people who can't. You're just tearing through vegetables. It's almost like it's just like grazing at this point, you know. And it's funny to have a co-host that's just eating on the whole way through the mic. So you broke your wrist, and how did that happen, Gunner?
I pulled the front brake on an e-bike, and I
The
have
front brake, and you flipped
and I-
over the handlebars, basically.
No, what happened was I just put new tires on, and the new compound is a lot harder, so it's not as sticky. And so when I pulled the front brake, the front tire skidded, and I was going so fast into this corner that I normally don't go as fast into. There's a bunch of cars speeding by, and so it was either skid into the street and get smacked by a car,
Yep.
or go down. So I went down and rolled out of it. I was going like 15, 20 when I hit the ground. And so only coming out of it with like a fractured wrist is like a huge win.
You won there.
I took a W, bro. Like a significant W. And I only broke half a dozen eggs. I had a full dozen in my backpack.
Literally, wow. That would be normally what I would think was a joke, that you were actually carrying eggs while you got in a bike crash, but you were.
I was carrying eggs.
And you had to get that protein.
Yeah, I guess.
Did you save that protein? Were you able to?
I still got 3 of those eggs left.
Wow. Are you gonna make an omelet with that?
Probably not. I'll probably just eat them raw.
So yeah, Alex Weiser is still over there just doing his thing.
What about you, Mike? Have you ever gone through a period where you're just like not motivated to do anything?
I think that we all sort of feel
just, like,
have that. I
what
mean,
do
these are the it's this mortal coil. These are the terms of life. You know what I mean? This is like
like sometimes you ever just wake up and you're like, man, I just want to lay in this bed right now.
Sure. Absolutely.
And
I think that everyone
and
feels
watch
that.
entertaining, funny videos on my phone.
Is that what you're doing when you're vegging out, like sort of when you're being, let's call it
Yeah.
avoidant?
Yeah.
And are you ignoring people's calls? Ignoring their
Yes.
texts? You're seeing
Yes.
the texts come in. You're seeing them come in and you're like, fuck it? Or you're just like, you're shut off to text altogether? Or you see it, you just are like,
It's like half and half. Sometimes I'll even get back to them too.
yeah, you'll get back to, I mean, you should probably, right? If in case if it's a response. So your bosses, has any of your bosses gotten angry that you're sort of not, you've had problems with being, either late or not at all? How do they deal with that? Because I think that these are all just like relative, and these are all human problems. And this is why we're having this catharsis, I guess, because these are like sort of like, a part of the human condition,
This
really.
is something that the
Depression
collective is experiencing, and so it's being channeled in this conversation.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think that everyone feels these sort of,
Yeah.
why am I not performing? What are my blockages?
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
I feel like it's just
My main quarry is why are you in a sober living house if you're not having substance or sobriety problems? You know, like what I don't. So what would be, is that a way to like your parents telling you wake up, like this is like
They say it's because I need structure,
and they couldn't do it for you.
and that the sober living house provides structure.
And so
Although there's plenty of other.
you seem to be quite, but that's the thing. Like when you tell me about these transgressions that you're having,
They look back at this pattern of me losing me not having six jobs, going through 6 different jobs in the past 6 months, and they see that as like a cycle of depression, and they freak out.
So yeah, hold on. So depression and then it's balanced
Well,
with
because I've been
these
diagnosed
bouts
with
of,
it.
okay, you've been diagnosed
They
with what is the diagnosis?
Professionals have said your son has depression and his life could completely change if he just takes this one medication. And they're like, "Oh my gosh, he's never taken medication before, and this is going to be a godsend. It'll save him."
Yeah.
They think that me taking antidepressants is the way forward, and I would completely disagree, because I feel like the emotion of depression, or whatever you want to call that, the emotion of sadness, of stagnation, it's an essential emotion. Like, it's part of our human experience. Why would we want to limit any of our feelings?
Sure, I get that. So, and what are the feelings that you're feeling?
Right.
What are those feels? Let's describe the feels. What is it like? You just feel like
It's too costly for me to go feel that right now. That's
Okay.
too expensive. I don't
it's
want
going to cost you too
I
much
don't
to
wanna-
go into that sphere.
I don't want to. I don't want to lower my vibration to.
Okay, but
I feel like that's the entire thing. It's like you don't want to be. Don't go there.
Yeah.
Why would you want to? Why would anybody want to go there? So it's like I'm sitting in these, circles of like my house meeting, and everyone's like, "So, how was your day?" They're like, "Oh yeah, my day was like kind of sad or whatever." And I'm like, "My day was fantastic. I got to wake up another day. I'm focusing on all the things that I'm grateful for."
So you're coming with you're bringing a positive energy
Exactly,
to that
bro.
space that's there. Okay.
It's
Is there
we
ever
live in a vibrational world, and if we're focusing our energy on raising our vibration, we're
this
going to
guy's
raise the
tennis look
vibration
is
about
next
level.
Yeah.
He's like
tennis pro.
ex-pro.
Yeah, like this guy. He's
Ex-pro.
Ex-pro right there.
He definitely plays
And I
paddle.
don't mean to interrupt you, but that look was just too. It was just too heavy to ignore.
I really got to use the bathroom.
Please do use the bathroom. But Gunnar, we want to get back to this, and let's not self-diagnose. Let's just
Converse.
I just want to know what's going on, because you seem to, be going through it a bit, or at least you think that you're going through it.
I don't think I'm going through anything.
Okay.
I think I'm just living,
Yeah, I get that.
experiencing.
But okay, so sometimes you tell
And
me
and
that,
even these periods of like that might seem from a parental perspective like, oh, he's depressed, he's being set back. There might be something going on in my life that needs to align.
look at this professional.
Or there might be something going on that I'm putting my energy towards that isn't serving me. And so this is the universe's way of like telling me, hey, you got to take a break. You can't be doing this. Or maybe I need to go into that period to see, okay, well, this isn't something that I need to be doing anymore. Or there's so many positive ways and growth mindset ways to look at these experiences and interactions without
Gunnar.
a harsh judgment of like what
Well,
I'm
it's not
doing
about
is
harsh.
wrong.
I know that, but we all have a sort of we sort of there's a self-criticality that might come into play, like you said, like from a space of lack. And I wanted to talk more about that. Maybe we could talk more about that feeling, if that's what it is. That, like, I'm just trying to get.
I just feel like I've
the depression is because you're
discarded
in.
that.
Yeah,
I've
okay.
discarded that feeling of lack because I know that I'm thankful for what I have right now.
I
I don't need anything else.
You don't need anything else right now.
No, I'm perfect.
Okay.
But it's like, I gotta go take a pee, so I'm gonna go do that.
Let's do that.
You know?
Let's do it. Nice. We're having a cathartic experience.
Yeah.
I wish this could zoom more. I need a camera that can zoom more than this. Or this. How do you hear it? You hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Welcome. It's a different world in here, right?
It is. It's a whole different zone. She's perfect right now.
What's good, my friend?
Yeah, nothing much, man. How's everything going with you?
Oh, it's good. It's good. It's good. I'm just gonna get us down here on the sound.
Cool.
Did Gunnar tell you to stop by, or you just I just saw you just now, which is great.
Yeah, I just stopped by. I finished early, so you know.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
What, you sold all the cheese? So I normally have a camera, which we will put on you in a second, but it's
Okay.
Gunnar's phone, and I just have some stock video going right now. So I'd
where's
like
Gunnar
to
at?
introduce. Gunnar went to the bathroom, and we're just sort of doing a little therapy session with him because
Okay.
he's kind of like, it's difficult for him to show up for work, and have you noticed that about him? Because
We had a conversation maybe like a couple weeks ago, and he was describing that certain changes were happening in his life. He didn't really go into detail, but he also mentioned like how you can see it on people sometimes.
you can.
Yeah, but it's like also too. It's like it's not in a bad way. I just see like a transition happening
Yeah.
for him because he's a really amazing person. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah. He's got a great energy.
Yeah, great energies.
I wanted to. So introduce yourself, please, because we are. So this is now so this is the first time we're calling it Plain Air Live.
Plain Air Live. Okay, I love that.
And it's just kind of inspired by plein air painting, sort of. The idea of being outside and we're in plein air, or it means like in the open painting, in French. But we knew people wouldn't remember that. But there's a lot of plein air stuff on YouTube now. But so it's hard to find maybe than our old name for the show. So I'm just kind of giving you the plug. It's called. So when you want to listen to this later, it will be called Plain Air Live.
Plain Air Live. Yep.
But so I guess we hope to have a lot of listeners, but not a lot right now. Maybe introduce yourself to those listeners, so we, that I'm trying to give because we are live right now.
Yeah,
so
for
we're
sure.
streaming.
For sure. I'm Lo. I sell goat cheese at the Santa Monica Farmers Market. That's one of the many things I do. I'm also a producer, musician, and just generally all around like craftsman of all things art.
Okay, cool. And
photography especially.
yeah, not okay, cool. And it would be obvious you're not from California. We know that. You just know in the staccato of your voice, the way it resonates that you are a New Yorker.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
born in the Bronx, right?
nice. And so it's funny. I was just listening to a funny comedian that was from South Bronx yesterday. It was played for me.
Yeah.
And she was pretty funny. She was from the South Bronx, and she said, I didn't know I could actually bag a Midwestern white boy being from the South Bronx.
Hey, it's crazy. Like a lot of times the accent just does the heavy lifting out here.
Yes, for sure.
And I'm always still shocked at that. I'm like, wow, it's like that?
Yeah, so I knew immediately when I met you. And so how did you end up doing and I've walked by that stand plenty. I've been here for 2-3 years myself, and you're kind of new to the cheese spot.
Absolutely. I think, it's been about almost a year just diving into this whole world and just really like the farmers market world in general. A friend of mine from New York actually put me on to this. So,
yeah.
Two New Yorkers kind of going at the goat cheese thing in California. It's crazy.
And you've been here for how long?
I've been in Los Angeles for 7 years.
7 years. Wow. So the guy that we had on, who I wasn't prepared to have on today, he was like I can't remember his name now, and he works in social media, he said. And he was talking about the transition here. And what was it like for you moving to Los Angeles, 7 years ago? How did you feel you were accepted? Like the whole vibe?
Okay, so it was definitely a transition. It was one that I actually tried to make in 2016, but it didn't quite work out the way I wanted it to. So when I finally made my way, like almost 2 years later, I came out here in 2018. I think that I was watching New York change a lot.
Yeah.
So I was watching like the transitions there. So just kind of going back and forth from New York to LA and seeing the different things that was going on, trying to get a feel of the landscape before I moved. I kind of was already prepared, but there's a difference between visiting and just seeing like the
Sure,
surface
absolutely.
versus being in it every day. You know,
Yeah, absolutely.
California in general has a whole energy to it that, you know, I thought I was pretty laid back in New York, but I think being out here made me realize like I'm not as laid back as I think.
Yeah.
You know, so I kind of had to adjust to that. That was a hard adjustment period. You know?
Yes. And and do you think that Los Angelinos, and this is what we were sort of talking about loosely for the couple of minutes there, his experience is like not quite as accepting. Like, this is a good piece of beach, and don't interrupt my view, you know, like vibe from Californians.
I mean, I've gotten that in some spaces, but I feel like a lot of spaces I've been into, they've been super inviting. I think
Yes, for
it's
sure.
all about the
Yeah.
the feel and, you know, the energy that you give off, you know, because a lot of times people come into California with, you know, preconceived notions on what they think it is, and then even LA, you know, it's a whole stigma around LA, but I just found like if you just explore things and go to different spaces where you feel comfortable, you know, or try to like, you know, learn about things and just have an open mind, you get a lot more inviting energy.
Yeah.
So I just been rolling like that, you know.
Cool. So what neighborhood do you live in?
I'm in Leimert Park now. So that's like kind of south of the 10, you know, near the Crenshaw district and all that. They have a bunch of different things going on over there. It's pretty cool,
Okay, cool.
you know.
Do you feel like it? So, let me ask this: coming from the Bronx, do you feel that it's less neighborly, or like you know, like it's a small? Bronx is kind of like, you know, a dense,
Yeah.
you know, far denser. Like, you know, you have like, you know, a certain sort of. Compared it earlier to, you know, New York is like a river, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like that. And you like jump in, and you know, and then once you're in it, you're like kind of floating like in an inner tube with others that are moving that quickly too.
Yeah.
You know, so you have these pockets of community like that is moving fast.
Yep.
And where like in, let's say, California, I made the comparison then to it being like, you know, like little tide pools of energy.
Yeah.
You know, here. So Gunnar, can you, glad that you're back. Can you just kind of put that camera back on, because I must have bumped it or something. And we this kind of impromptu happened because I'd asked Lo. I said it right?
Yeah. Lo. Yeah.
Lo. And what's your last name, Lo? If you don't mind, if you don't want to put it on, but I mean,
Lo Wilkinson.
Lo Wilkinson. Okay, and you also do music, Lo. Do you have a name, like an artist name, a moniker that you're working under?
Super Sport Lo.
Super Sport Lo. Nice. Remember, like the Low Heads.
Exactly.
Is that what that is? Is that what a reference to? Polo?
Lo is just my name, but
Lo,
you know,
okay,
I do
yeah.
wear a lot of polo. Got polo right here, you know.
That is true. You got the double RL, Ralph Lauren. Yeah, of course. I'm going to go back to the just to edit. So you moved here 7 years. Live near, you said near Crenshaw,
Yeah.
and so less neighborhoody. Would you give me a compare, like day and day? Like what do you think? You know,
I compare a lot of neighborhoods out here to different spaces in New York. Like, I'm from the Bronx, but I moved out here from Brooklyn.
yeah.
So I was living in Bed-Stuy, you know, before I got out here. And so, I mean, you familiar for
yeah,
sure.
of course, you
But
know,
you know
yeah.
how all the different sections
Absolutely.
are, you know,
Yeah.
Bed-Stuy, Crown Heights, and all that.
Yeah,
I compare a lot of
I
this
was
to
living
that.
in Fort Greene right before I moved here, so
Exactly.
we're next neighborhood over.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Bed-Stuy a little bit. You know what I mean? It got that feel, like, in terms of like the not quite like the look of it, but definitely like the energy. You know, it's like it has neighborhood feel. You know, like you can walk through. You know, they got like the whole village there, Leimert Park Village.
Yeah.
And you could just, you know, it's like a strip where you can get all these different things, and like it's just a lot of community there. It's kind of like similar to the community I felt in Bed-Stuy when I was living there. So,
Cool. And so you just got on to the so you've been doing music out here?
yeah, I've been doing music out here for sure. I was doing music out in New York as well, but I've been just heavily diving into like my own solo thing.
Yeah.
And it's been rewarding because, you know, a lot of times in the past, like I've spent a lot of time helping out a lot of people, you know, to get to all these benchmark spaces.
Yeah.
But, you know, I put all that energy into other people, and I've just been trying to turn it to me.
So were you doing like production for other people?
Yeah, production, like, you know, advising people creatively. I don't really want to say like director or anything, but definitely like spirit guide of sorts, you know, like musically and like just aesthetically, you know, and,
Yeah.
and definitely in photography spaces as well. Just helping out in any way that I can.
Okay, cool. And so now you're working on your own stuff. Is there a way we can listen to your music?
Yeah, absolutely. I got a few things that I put out on all the digital service providers, DSPs, and all that.
Can we play a track right now? Is it from Apple Music?
Yeah, you can get it on Apple Music for sure.
Pass me the other headphones.
I will put in.
I like the. Can we hear some currently?
Yeah, I mean, I got a project that I put out. It's called Rider Music Volume 4. There's a joint on there that I really like.
Nice. Okay, so we're gonna pop you on in a second. I'm gonna give. If Gunnar, do you want a mic right now?
Yeah, I'll take a mic.
Gunnar just got involved. He was like, maybe the conversation's going in an interesting route, and I want to step in here real quick.
I wanted to
And he's like,
Hey, from the time I met this dude, yo.
Yeah.
Like an incredible energy.
Yeah.
Every
We were
single
just talking
time.
about his energy, and I was gonna say to you, you know, I made the comparison. I asked him if he saw Boys in the Hood. Speaking of Crenshaw, and I asked because he's like, and now I can't remember the actor's name. He's like the athlete in it that's always eating. You know, like Brad Pitt was always eating in films.
Yeah.
He does that. Look. These are his debris. Like talk about that energy.
Yeah.
You know the character.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're just like a character in a film that is always eating.
Yeah.
He's that dude.
And you know, a lot of times, you know, it's for a reason. You gotta like feel the spirit.
Yeah.
You can't be having all this like amazing ass energy right here.
And you need to feed it.
Yeah, you gotta feed.
You
that.
gotta get that calories.
You gotta pull from
It burns
somewhere.
calories.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You gotta pull from somewhere. That's important.
But that's the vibe of that character. Like it's
Yeah.
you know, because the athlete in it is like he's burning a lot of protein. Like you know, like he's drinking milk with doing his scratch off. He's got like a little like, you know, chocolate sundae in
Yeah,
one
exactly.
seat. You know, like
Yeah,
he's
going
always
crazy.
he's always got calories coming
Yeah,
in.
going crazy. Like you gotta feel that shit. I'm with that.
So where are we gonna we're gonna try to play a little bit. Maybe you can find it
Mic's
for him.
not on.
What's that? Your mic's not on? You got to push
Oh, no,
that thing.
I heard you. I think.
Speak. Hold on a second. Let's try it now, Gun.
What about now?
Yeah.
There we go.
You're on there, right?
I think you gotta. There we go. Yeah, now we're cooking.
Okay. So it's a different space. Like it's funny. You sit down in here, right, and it's like you're in a studio almost.
Yeah.
Even though we're outside.
This is a whole different world. Like this is definitely a shift from what I was doing 30 minutes ago. Yo, this is crazy.
So what's the name of the cheese farm that you work on? While I find.
Drake Family Farm.
And do you work at their facility too, or how are they making their cheese? Are you involved with any aspect like in that regard currently?
I mean, I've seen the process for sure, and I've talked to the person that creates it. I talk to him frequently. Like he crafts all the cheese that we sell.
Yeah,
which is tight. Pretty good dude. Matthew, shout out Matthew.
Keeps you tapped in with the cheddar.
Absolutely, but he's not even producing cheddar. He's doing some whole other.
No, that's true. It's like it's goat cheese,
he's doing
right?
Some other, he's doing some craziness. Like I've seen, I've got hit in the face with an empty bag over this cheese not being here. That's the type of shit he over there doing. He's creating that kind of shit.
That's serious cheese though.
It's serious, yeah.
Because the people want it that bad.
Yeah, exactly.
They're getting upset that you didn't deliver it that day.
Yeah, like literally,
they were like trying to fight you over it.
Trying to fight me over the shit. I'm like, I didn't know it was.
This is,
but I get it, because I've tried it. This is not like an empty endorsement. This is not no bullshit. Like, yeah, I've had it. I'm like, okay, I rock with this. But yeah, they be going crazy over that. So
it's funny.
Is the brie in yet?
Still no brie. We're trying to get to it.
Wow, we're
See,
trying to.
That's that I understand hitting you over the head with a bag over the brie.
Yeah,
the brie is that good.
It's crazy. Like all the cheeses that they have, they're all different like styles and just worlds of their own. It's crazy. Like when I tried the brie, I didn't realize that it was a whole situation. First off, goat cheese. I'm new to this in general.
To the cheese game. Because that's a whole world, it's like.
So I'm familiar with different cheeses, but the goat cheese world, I didn't realize that was a whole world within itself.
Well, yeah, it's a whole spectrum of. And we're finding. Oh, we got you.
Number 4.
Number 4. Let's.
Locker slopes too.
Let's do it. And this is your solo project?
Yes, one of them, instrumental.
Oh, it's cutting out. Sorry.
Sounds pulling through though.
Yeah. So you're on Lossless.
Yeah,
That's ill.
yeah.
Lossless is out of Philadelphia, right?
Wait, you saw what?
Lossless, that label.
Oh no, that's a like a sound quality, like a format. Of,
Oh yeah, okay.
yeah, like kind of like a wave MP3.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
So what label are you on?
It's just me, man.
Yeah.
SSL Recordings, and I have a friend. His name is Mike. He has an imprint that we got distributed through this company called Symphonic. So yeah, we just rolling like that. Very indie.
It's really good.
I liked it
Yeah.
Thank you.
a lot.
Thank you.
It's a lot of the stuff that we play on the show.
Word.
Like
The funk, yeah, it's great.
it's exactly the type of stuff that we vibe to.
Yeah.
I might have to. I just want to make sure that nobody's coming after me when I use your music. You know, like on you, because
It's just Big Me here. I see you every week. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't tripping.
I'm getting. So I play music sometimes. You know, interludes and stuff like that, and then I'll get flagged a bit. And we don't have enough of a following for them to get upset about it, really, or like them to start charging us or blocking the show or anything like that.
You
But
won't get flagged for any of my stuff. It's just me here.
okay, cool. Yeah, I really enjoyed that, and I'm gonna play more when you like after the interview as well.
For sure. Appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, so you've been producing that music. At home? Where you got a studio?
Yeah, I mean, it's between like my crib and just different studios, you know, hopping in and out of different spaces, meeting people, you know, wherever I'm at. If I have my whole setup on me, which usually I do, it's just my computer, maybe a controller here and there, I just get busy.
Yeah.
You know, just start working.
And how long have you been making music?
I've been doing this since I was a kid, since I was like 12, maybe.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, but like seriously though, for real, like hopping into music stuff probably since I was like 14, because I started out as a DJ.
Yep.
And you know, just doing all vinyl stuff, like
For sure.
coming up like that, and then making the transition to digital. I've been at it for a minute.
For sure. And how old are you now?
37.
Oh, amazing.
Well, I'm
So yeah,
36, I'm gonna be 37 in December.
December what?
6th.
Oh wow, you're 6 days after me, Sagittarians.
Oh yeah, let's get it.
Yeah, I always like
What-
people around that birthday.
What is the Sagittarius?
It's a centaur. Well, you mean what is it actually physically?
Half man, half that, right?
Yeah, half horse, half man,
Yeah.
or half beast, half man.
What
They
are
say.
the traits of the Sagittarius?
Fire.
Fire sign,
Yeah.
and
Straight like that. Fire.
yeah, it is fire, and I think it's maybe the
In every sense of the word.
Yeah.
Fire. You know what I mean?
I
But you're
love
so-
that. I love it. I love it.
Lo, you're ice cold, bro.
He said,
Hey,
he
man.
said, no.
But not in
I
like
like
a-
that
not in like
fire, El Fuego, man.
Not
Yeah,
in
man.
like
Yeah.
a he cold, but like you're just cool, bro. Like
Um,
smooth.
So what do you?
Thank, man. I appreciate that, man.
For sure.
But you know, it takes somebody who's in that space too to recognize.
Real
that,
recognize real.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how you've been from the time I met you. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so let's I would wanted to ask you, what do you think about the regulars at the farmers market? Like, what's the vibe here versus maybe say over where you're living in L.A.?
It's an interesting lot of people. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
feel like I always meet somebody super unique each market.
Yeah.
Like, it's been that way since I started messing with the markets. Just always somebody dropping a gem on you randomly.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're not wanting that shit, like, sometimes you just need to hear it, though.
Yeah.
So you take them as they come. But it's just always a lot of, like, banter and talking that leads to profound conversations. I feel like that's been my experience at the markets, especially at this one,
Yes.
Meet a lot of different types of folks.
Oh, so that's what I was getting into. So you're also doing the cheese at other markets.
Yeah.
How many markets are you doing it at?
Just 2 for me, but it's like I'm here twice a week, and then
Oh, okay.
I'm in what's that, Mar Vista.
Oh, the Mar Vista one. Okay,
Yeah.
so probably Mar Vista got a similar vibe as far as the people coming. No?
It's similar in like the volume, I guess, but
Yes.
it's a different type of person over there too. Each
For
market
sure.
has its
Yeah.
own unique flavor.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, and then it's also when you start introducing like hot food into the mix, that creates a whole
So
different.
you know that so I did the farmers market, and this is how I kind of thought to do the farmers market podcast.
Yeah.
And I did the one in Fort Greene for like
Oh,
6-7 years.
That's tight.
And then I did the one in Union Square as well for the
Yeah.
same farm.
I heard about the Union Square one. Me and my homie was talking about trying to get into that one.
So yeah, I do that
Yeah.
one regularly. I do
Yeah.
it on like a Friday or Saturday, and to describe exactly what you're talking about, or knowing that I have the experience that you're having now.
Yeah.
I always wanted to do something at the farmers market, but I got my fill that one day that I was there, kind of a week. Sometimes I do
Yeah.
like a Friday and a Saturday, or I do like a Saturday or I do a Friday, and the Fort Greene market is obviously very different than the Union Square market. Union Square feels transient,
Yeah.
more people watching.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like higher volume, faster transactions. Fort Greene's a neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It feels like a neighborhood feel, like people are moving slower. It's a different pace. So how would you describe, like in the sphere, because we went to Hollywood for the first time.
I still haven't gone to that one. I want to go to that one bad.
Yeah, that one's got a volume and it's more like maybe even more like a Union Square energy,
Okay.
if I had to compare it, like, more like central,
Yeah.
in a way that even I feel like Santa Monica as a neighborhood in general is against the ocean, and the ocean's such a powerful entity
Yeah.
that it is its own. It's all. So that's why I was thinking maybe Mar Vista was similar, that it's kind of west side, but you're saying that it's different, completely different than the Santa Monica market. Even this market on Wednesday is very different than the Saturday market.
Absolutely.
So-
This is more like, these are folks that, they from out here. It feels like a lot more people that are from out here than a lot more restaurants trying to source locally, right?
Yep.
But then, like, Saturdays, that's just straight up tourists a lot of times.
Yes.
Tourists and, like, groups of people coming out because they bored. And then you got some regulars too, but it's very much like tourist vibe.
And does Mar Vista serve hot food?
They do.
And so that brings a different
Yeah,
vibe.
that's a different energy right there.
Right there, right off the bat.
Off rip.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
We know that because people that are coming for hot food, and there's just people that are specifically coming for hot
For
food.
hot food, especially, coming for hot food on a hot ass day. You know what I'm saying? That's insane.
Yeah.
But I love it though, because they got a lot of
Bunch
variety.
of tourists, bro. A bunch of fire coming out.
Yeah.
I will say that it doesn't get as hot here that it does it. Like New York summer.
Yeah.
It never gets unbearable here it's so dry and arid even when it's really hot. Like if you go inland and it's like 95 degrees, I don't feel like it's that like muggy, in a sauna humidity that you get on the northeast. Like I'm never sweating here.
I mean, it depends on where you at. If you in that in dry heat for a minute, it starts to get to you. You start to bust like a little sweat, but you're not tripping though. It's not like that. I think they said New York is subtropical right now.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah,
like that's
for sure.
insane. That is
Yeah.
not that. And I know you spent many summers in that.
Of course.
You know what that is.
I spent my whole life in that, and it's
Yeah.
just like, and that is kind of crazy. You know what I mean?
hell yeah.
It's a different reality.
it's definitely a reality that I miss sometimes. But then, you know, we could just be chilling here and not even tripping. You know, the sun is beaming directly on us, but we feel like it's a breeze floating. We on one right now. Like, you can't do this in New York.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I never feel like. Let me put it. I just don't feel that sort of uncomfortable, like, sort of. I'm perspiring all over myself feeling that I get in New York in the heat of the summer.
I wanted to ask you, like, what was the Union Square market like?
It was just a lot of so even at the Union Square market, very similar to like what we just described here on Wednesday, which is like a sort of chef's market here versus like it's more of a professional, more like industry people here, more like maybe what I like about particularly the Wednesday market and why I wanted to do it on Wednesdays and not even on Saturdays is that it feels like it's the working people of Los Angeles that descend upon Santa Monica today, right?
Yeah.
Like that sort of chef and like people who are kind of serious about their food and want to do it on Wednesdays and they kind of know it's the chef's market, so it has that nuance and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that in New York, the markets are so frequent and so often that that it's just like a time of day that those serious chefs, they come in the morning.
Yeah.
You know, so you're going to experience that no matter what at Union Square, I think, like the kind of professionals coming there in the morning with large carts and they've already pre-ordered their material.
Yeah.
So there's that sort of people that are essentially doing pickup at the market where there's the farm stand.
Exactly.
And so there's a high volume of that all the time at Union Square, but like a Friday versus a Saturday is the working. Union Square is just like this hub where, like, you know, sort of the workers of New York City are sort of commuting.
Right.
It has more of that feel. On Saturday, it has more of the feel like the people that are off from all the other boroughs are coming to Union Square to visit Manhattan, sort of.
Where did they have you positioned at?
We were positioned right on, right off of like 15th and Union there, like right, like, you know, like right there, you know, like right like in the middle of the park on the.
Yeah,
so it was on the
like
west side of the park.
Is Union Station right there too?
Yes, Union Square Station. Yeah, it's 14th essentially.
Yeah,
and
like a whole hub.
Because that station is beautiful.
That isn't. I mean, it's just a large station. You're thinking of Grand Central Station.
Yes, that is.
Grand Central Station.
It's kind of dingy.
Which, yeah, I would say that Union Square. It's just all underground. You know what I mean? And it's long.
But I like the actual park though. When you
the park is great.
The park is tight.
Yeah, the park is great, and they got a nice Gandhi sculpture. You know that there's like a Gandhi bronze over there, and like we're very close to that. So we're situated on the market in general because it's more of a wide open, like sort of promenade, really.
Okay.
You could set up the mark. This is honey. So we were just talking about. We wanted to.
I'll circle back another time, but we'll catch up. But I got to do something right now. Someone's waiting for me. I'd love to conversate with you guys next time.
Yeah, let's do that. There's another. So we were talking about.
That's my employer.
Yeah.
Word.
We were talking. I referred to him lovingly on here as the Honey Man.
Oh,
but I don't know.
That's Lily's Eggs, David.
Oh, Lily's Eggs. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And
That's Mr. Lily's Eggs right there.
Oh, word. All right.
For sure.
And Gunner's and that. Yeah.
G.
So when you see Gunner at the market, you know he's working for that guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Do you know that guy
I've never met him before.
Okay, funny.
I remember he said he was helping with eggs, handling eggs and things like that.
So since you goat cheeses, have you been trading with people for like do you get like trade sort of like product for other people? So since you've been getting all this great vegetables, have you noticed that you're cooking more?
Absolutely. It's crazy because we're right here at Weiser Family Farm. It started with them, at the Mar Vista markets. I was like directly across from them.
Yes.
And so I just I met Kenny first.
Yep.
And they was like, that's the guy to meet.
Yeah.
So I just talked to him. We had struck up a conversation because of the music he's always playing. Like, he plays a lot of soulful shit.
Yes,
like,
he does.
He's tight.
Yeah. He's a good guy. Yeah, you could see it. He hosts a party too. I think on Halloween, like a big party.
I missed that. I was supposed to go to that. I heard it was incredible.
We were almost saying so. We just had a brief conversation with Alex, who owns the farm, a second ago. We're going to do an interview with him as well, and we're almost like at this point, like there's selling tortillas over there, and we're here, and they have all these like sub departments. Weiser kind of feels like it does.
Yeah, I peeped that.
And so I kind of feel like we are almost, by proxy, a subsidiary of Weiser at this point.
You think so?
Yeah, just like we're right here. It's like we're like right in the melon section of if this was Walmart, we'd be in the melon section. If
Okay.
this was Whole Foods, we in the melon section. So I feel like by just proxy, like I said, I think that we're melon centric ourselves.
Oh, I'm not melon-centric anything because I'm allergic. So.
Oh, you are?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah, all the melon family, we do not mesh, we do not gel,
So
we
you-
do not do none of the things.
So
right?
what is it particularly in melon that gives you that's an allergic thing?
I
That's-
don't know. I think it's definitely not the texture or taste of it because I love.
Oh,
the
you
taste
just
of
don't.
it,
Do you have an
but
allergic reaction
It's
to
like
it?
a reaction, yeah, for sure. So
Funny.
I keep my distance.
What other? Because I always want to know, like, how like it's usually in a family. Like I have a friend that has a nut allergy.
Yeah.
Like, and if someone like literally had like almond butter lotion
Yeah.
wiped on their arm.
Mhm.
Let me give you, and they sat down on a sofa, like this.
Yeah.
And then she came in and sat on that sofa.
Yeah.
She'd have her throat would almost close. That's how
Yeah, man.
allergic she is.
I don't play with that food allergy stuff.
Yeah.
Man. Like that's real deal.
So like I can't believe that she can't even be like touch almond butter basically.
Yeah, that's insane. I mean, that's a real thing though. Whenever somebody says, "Oh, I have an allergy or something," I take that seriously.
For sure. So is there other things that you're allergic to? Like, because I always think that she's allergic to, like, you're like, okay, it's legumes, but not that. So what family is melons? Gunner, we don't have to get a close. We already know what I look like, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the guest. So if we have, is there any other? Is it a family of like I said, legumes? She's like, I can eat legumes, but it can't be nuts, or like vice versa. Or sometimes it's like legumes and nuts. Like one guy, he has a tattoo right here that I know says peanut butter. Like he's allergic to
man.
peanut butter. Like that. I'm not sure if it's like to remind himself that he himself should not have peanut butter,
Yeah,
but
that's
maybe it is,
that's
right?
a reminder for sure.
Like you put your wrist out to take a sandwich, and you're like, oh yeah, is it got peanut butter in it? Like if that's a peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, man.
But he's okay maybe to eat cashews. So there's all these specific
Yeah.
nuances, right, of allergies.
It's very nuanced for sure. I think like even when you think about like stuff within like the nut family, right? Like for me, I can eat cashews, or I could eat like walnuts, but I can't eat almonds. Almonds make my throat itch, stuff like that. So
Yeah.
but like I think for me, like when I think about fruit and melons and all that, really it's just like anything in the melon family. So like cantaloupe, maybe honeydew, like, but then also randomly too, like stuff that's not in that space, like strawberries. I love strawberries, but I can't even eat those.
You can't eat them?
Or bananas.
Potassium.
Is that the common thread?
I don't know. I'm trying. I'm not a. I don't know what that would be. A biologist of some order. What is it? A food?
I feel like it might
Chemist.
have something to do with the spray, the chemicals. Like if you're
Yeah.
going straight organic, and then also think of bananas. Like a lot
If
of
you
people.
want to adjust that umbrella too, I don't want to interrupt you, Gunnar. If you want to adjust that so you're not in the sun as much, you better just swivel that for him. You got to push that button in. There you go.
You gotta push that.
I got you. Just so you don't get that direct sun. I know it's
I was cool, man.
okay.
There we go.
It starts to get hot though. Like if you're sitting out here, you're like, oh yeah, okay, that's.
Because there's something about people who go to like South America and they eat just the true like regular bananas there that haven't been GMO modified or sprayed
Sure,
or
yeah.
anything.
That's
and, like, they're
probably
fine.
true.
Yeah,
They're
I think
fine.
that's the situation for me. Then I need to be wherever that's at because
Yeah.
I always have like a reaction.
Well,
you know
there's
what I mean?
organic strawberries here at the market.
Yeah.
I actually think that Finley's strawberries are much better than all the like Finley farms.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if they're all organic but there's farms that just specially grow strawberries.
Yeah.
And I always find that the farm that has the maybe the most biodiversity that they have the more interesting strawberries.
Yeah.
Like they're just the better tasting strawberries versus the ones that are like those perfect like they look like hydroponic strawberries, right?
Yeah.
Harry's Berries is what everyone wants, and Harry's Berries is like a conversation that's kind of like similar to Irwan, where it fills this space of like that's like elite berry buying right there. I've even seen a skit where like a guy, you know, like he bought like Harry's Berries and he's like, these are $19 berries, and then he bought Driscoll's berries and he accidentally drops the Driscoll's berry into the, and he's like wanting to do a taste test and he's like, oh, I can't tell the difference. Driscoll's, I'll tell you right now, folks, Driscoll's is going to give
time
your
out.
sink.
Did you call them? You called them the Erewhon of berries. That's what you just said right now.
Yeah,
The Erewhon of berries. Bro.
Harry's Berries, apparently.
Yeah. Okay.
So people are talking about it in that sort of classist sphere, right?
man.
Like if you're shopping at Harry's Berries, it's like you're in Irwan.
Okay.
And then the guy was like,
stay away from that section over there.
but
I
Driscoll's
never touched
berries,
Harry's Berries.
Driscoll's
Me
berries.
neither. So we got that common thread.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Driscoll's berries is going to give you fruit flies for probably 2 weeks to 3 weeks in your garbage disposal, guaranteed.
You're gonna stay away from them too.
You're gonna stay away from Driscoll's.
we don't touch those, bro. Strawberries are one of the most
Is it Driscoll's?
toxic fruits, like
It's not.
period, bro.
It's not even. There's no nutrition content
There's no
in it, right?
nutrition content in it, and bugs love to live in those things.
So
Okay.
Gunnar is also the resident nutritionist here. He's
yeah,
like
we love
like
these things. I'm interested in that. Tell
yeah.
me more.
So he's not only our resident biohacker nutritionist, and just sort of. Yeah, you're just like a life coach for us.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's so many amazing things at the market that are great and awesome, and then there's also stuff here that it's just like, I don't really see any value in buying that.
So you're not-
at
you're-
all.
I understand that.
You're not with Harry's Berries.
No, I am not f***ing with Harry's Berries.
Okay. I didn't want it to be certain. You Harry's Berries, man, because I don't
Hey.
Harry's Berries either.
I've been cursing this whole time. Pardon me, man.
I'm
I didn't know, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, you can do a lot of stuff out here.
That's sick.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, Quasimodo.
So.
The loop digger. Let's go.
But
Lo doesn't even need the voice editor. He just
no, he's
He's
got
already
that
got the
low-
big. Yeah,
that
he's
bass.
he's already boys in the hood, man. Like I said.
Nah,
like,
I'm more of a. I'm WBLS Quiet Storm, New York. That's where we at with it.
that's what I like.
That's
The
what I'm
Quiet
on.
Storm. And I was gonna say this violinist over here got like Quiet Storm vibes sometimes.
Yeah,
you know
he-
what I mean? Like
He's here on Saturdays too. He be having the Quiet Storm vibes for sure.
Yeah. I had him on the show last week.
Oh, I saw. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. You walked by,
Mhm.
and he's got a nice vibe.
Yeah, he's tight. I think his name is Alan.
Alan
Alan,
Price.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
And he made a bag out here. You know, he was just like
Yeah.
he was like, this is a good market. Let me put it that way. And
Yeah.
he
He got the whole setup too.
yeah,
And he's playing stuff that people want to hear. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like newer stuff.
totally.
Can we talk about how sometimes there are people out here, they come out here and they want to display their musical skills and talents.
Yep.
But they aren't quite as gifted as
Yeah.
Alan. You know what I
That's
mean?
true. That's
So
true.
Then they kind of, I feel like this is like a breeding ground for like to test your stuff, like if you're great or not, or if
Busking.
you're in that space. You know?
Sure, I feel like busking in general.
Yeah.
It's like that's what we're doing right here. Like
Really?
we're I don't you kind of feel like we're busking, but we're doing it in. I always say this. We're doing it in reverse to like the ether. We're outside.
Oh yeah, okay. I feel
We're
that.
making, this is in a studio. We're making it more difficult for ourselves. Like, wouldn't it be nice? Let me put it this way: if you could busk from your bedroom, right?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
then people just rolled through your bedroom and were like, oh, let me just give you here's a 5, here's a 10, here's a 20.
That's an amazing feeling.
So
You know?
we've making it.
That also sounds like OnlyFans.
And we're making it too difficult for ourselves. We're making it too difficult for ourselves to do a podcast.
we're almost making it harder on purpose.
Yes,
Like-
that's what I was gonna say.
Like we're running the show off of an electric motorcycle. We got a full setup that we got to break
Damn.
down and create
Yeah.
every single time.
But I
Yep.
didn't even peep the setup. This is dumb detail. We're in the future right now.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean it's relatively futuristic.
Not relative. It is. Like you're powering this off an electric bike. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. That's and it just kind of came together doing it at the market here by like I was telling you earlier. Because I spent years working at them, and I got so much pleasure. You know, I work by myself, maybe similar to you. I had a studio. I make, custom furniture. I fabricated a lot of specialty things. I worked worked by myself essentially. So I really realized. So my partner who
this was back in New York?
Yes, back in New York, helped me. I haven't been doing that since I've been here, but I'm making things, but I'm not making things in the I work in New York art world, sort of, essentially. That's or employed mainly by, and I haven't done that really since I've been here. I don't have a studio, I don't have a shop, so I'm trying to, create new ways and to do what it is that I do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
absolutely.
And so it presented itself to do something here at the farmers market similarly in the way that in New York originally the idea generated, because I was having contact with people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I liked that. It wasn't like I was getting paid $12 an hour. It's a fraction. I mean, I wasn't making any money. You know, it wasn't like where I was making a bag.
Yeah.
Like I said, he made my day's rate in like the half hour that we were there for working at the farmers market. But it was the people I realized. I was like, okay, first I got the fresh vegetables, and it changed my life in a lot of ways. I started cooking all the time.
Yeah.
Rather I'd eat out in New York it's too easy to eat out everywhere.
Always.
You just like boom, 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 like it's constant. But I started cooking a lot, and then I just realized that I liked the contact with the people.
Yeah.
And
that's how you gain, the
Yeah.
experience, and that's like a part of the journey, just talking to people, and also that's a part of getting the bag too. I realized, talking
Bro,
to
There you
people.
go.
You remind me of Larry June, bro. Just like the healthy numbers, the organic conversations, just the calm, collected.
Of who? I'm sorry, I didn't catch
Larry June.
Larry June.
Yeah, he's a rapper.
Okay.
From Oakland.
I haven't heard of Larry June.
He's tight. He's pretty good, man.
he's dope.
not pretty. He's great.
He's
he
great.
gives a lot of life advice, through
Life
rap.
advice. He's all about healthy numbers, organic.
We played Too Short last week from
Yeah.
Oakland, OG Oakland. So we'll play New G Oakland right now.
Yeah. He's like the new wave of that. Like, he kind of reminds me of Short, but he's definitely, his MO is more like, instead of pimping, it's more like, like Gunnar was saying, organic living, lifestyles. But it is a lifestyle though, like once you tap into it, you there, and if you stray away from it, that means you got things happening in life and you just kind of got to adjust. But it's not anything that will be like a fault to you. It's just a part of living. Sometimes you got to get off the course to get back on, type
Yeah.
deal. But
Yeah.
as long as you got it in your mind that it's all there to be
once-
experienced organically, then you Gucci,
Exactly. It's like once you open the door to that alignment and you find that and you see how life changes with that one adjustment, the second you step off, or the second that I step off, I notice, okay, this feels different. This is not where I want to be. And then make that adjustment back onto that almost rail of alignment. And on that rail, things just move so much faster. Things move in so much more ease. Things are so much more peaceful. And it's living without any resistance.
Yeah, like
And-
living without resistance to the change, but also knowing that sometimes change promotes growth to get you back on that path to alignment.
Exactly.
Yeah. See, these are conversations we going to be having outside of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like every time I see you.
And when did you guys have a stand? Were you guys co-working together when you saw each other, or is it just you kind of like you
I
rolled
just met this brother here.
here? Yeah,
Yeah.
just walking up to the stand. And Gunnar will ask you a lot of questions about the product, right?
Absolutely.
He tested your knowledgeability a bit.
Yeah, for sure.
You know how like Gunnar would just be like, where are they making it?
Is it
Yeah.
raw? That was the
No.
first one, I think.
Absolutely. And I mean, those are important questions. You got to know what you're eating. People don't ask the questions. Even like when people coming up to the stand, like how Gunnar did that day, they don't ask anything. They'll see a sample of some shit.
Type in
and
that name
They'll pick it up.
of that rapper.
They'll pick it up and they won't even like ask, and then be upset when it's not something that they feel is appropriate for their body.
Yeah.
But you didn't even check.
For sure.
You got to check. You got to ask the
You got
question.
to check in. And do you know all the Weiser family here?
No, I've been meeting them one by one.
He
Different markets.
also works. So he works at RVR, which is a restaurant in. I like how there's like often at the market it's industry people that are also like in chef sphere. They might want to go back
Yeah.
to the land and farm a bit.
I've been peeping that.
Like they just want to get to the root of the the whole philosophy
Mm-hmm.
of what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
like from the ground up, literally.
Yeah.
And so, I just like that you meet a lot of, learn a lot about cooking. So I worked at a vegetable stand, not too dissimilar from Garden of. Organic, and the vegetables looked very much like that, like really pristine in the presentation, but like everything else is kind of bare bones, but the vegetables are like singing.
Yeah.
You know, like it was our friend Richard, who's up in the Delhi Valley, and he's kind of a legendary kind of farmer guy. You know, he's
Yeah.
just like a literary, you know, he's from Birmingham, Alabama originally.
Okay.
He just got a vibe, you know.
Yeah, whole
He's like
situation. People from Alabama usually do.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Alabama's cool.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't so cool, but it's cool.
No,
think
no.
the
I mean,
people-
you know, the people.
there for
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
yeah.
We know why.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I
but
mean,
all the people I've ever met,
Yeah.
though, amazing.
agreed. You know,
Yeah.
for the most part. Okay, let me put it this way: when you meet them elsewhere, like the traveler from Alabama.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I'm trying to
Yeah,
say? Like
exactly,
that.
I know.
Like if you go to Alabama, you could run into some shit.
Yeah, but the people from there.
Yeah, the
incredible,
people.
though.
Yeah, for sure. So we had a farm stand that was kind of like similar to that, and they are we playing some of this music right now? Similar to Garden of.
On my way to Sausalito. Now I think it's about 3. Heading back to the crib. Exit on Marina. Make a left.
Funny,
We almost
very Too Shorty vibe, you know,
Yeah,
like in
absolutely.
that Oakland sound,
Yeah.
classic Oakland sound.
He's like the one carrying the torch for that. You know?
Yeah.
back to the crib. She wanna Netflix and chill. Looking at her pretty face. Make me wanna put my phone on air.
He did it. He did it to himself. Make me wanna.
She never met another nigga like this.
We don't need when we got a. Now, I think this is probably something that YouTube will flag me for. You know what I mean? They'll be like right on it. Is he? Because he's.
Yeah.
Like
he's a bit
selling.
of a big deal now.
Yeah, so they'll be right. They'll send you a list. I've just found it. Like we were doing
Yeah.
before when I told you we were doing No Wave. That was like 10 years ago, and it was on
Yeah.
SoundCloud. But that eventually did
Shout
catch
out
up.
No Wave.
Yeah,
Man.
Knowledge Wave. Yeah.
Knowledge Wave.
Did you listen to any of those shows back then?
I listened to a few. You know,
Yeah.
I used to be. There's a lot of folks around me that was listening to it. So I always be at the crib and just hear it. Like
Yeah.
it'd be like background noise. You know, soundtrack.
Actually, Wixset from Rat King. Those guys are from
Yeah,
Bronx,
yeah.
right?
No,
Is it-
I'm not sure Wiki from Bronx, but I met Wiki though, and
Yeah.
I think like him and a few other people that he was around, you know, they were listening and just putting on like, yeah, this is tight. You know, we fuck with this. Like,
Yeah, we had on so Isaiah Barr, who was Onyx Collective, the saxophonist, used to play with Wix. They had so Rat King's show was right before our show,
sick.
which was kind of funny. That was like a vibe where it was like they had a 2-hour show,
Yeah.
or maybe it was a 1-hour show. I can't remember.
Shout
and
out Wiki. He's
Wiki, yeah,
he's a
he's a-
very important.
he's a tight MC.
Yeah, he's a very important MC for New York from
For
this
sure.
wave of.
I agree with
this
you.
New
Yeah.
wave,
Yes.
of people that he needs to get talked about a lot more for like the words he's giving
lyricism,
New York.
yeah.
The lyricism he's giving New York. And
I
how
agree.
He kind of his wave of like music with Rat King shifted. How people are, you know, they need to have that conversation about
So-
Wiki.
Absolutely. And Despot had a show on there as well,
Where
Chillin' Island.
yeah,
There were some good shows on No Wave. So we ran into some. I guess eventually, SoundCloud started running into copyright infringement stuff.
yeah, they started
And
hopping
so
on it.
now, when I play anything, they'll send me like we don't have enough listeners. Like they're like, you got like 8 listeners, bro. You're good. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's basically like you're playing the music for like a little, not even a block party. You know,
Yeah.
like you can do you with that amount of listeners, but they know every track. Even if I play, like I'll mix it in. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'll have it like fused, like I'll have it cross faded,
Yeah,
and they'll still pick it in. Like the system is so tight
yeah.
that YouTube, like they'll send me something. I'm serious, like an
They got
hour
the
later.
AI tapped into it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got that artificial
It's
intelligence.
an hour later. They got the list of songs like top to bottom that were played.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
So-
Or you got to get like DJ mixes popping, man, so you can avoid all that.
Yeah, you have to either pay royalties. I don't know what the workaround is if you have it. And that's why most of these, I don't know, maybe these podcasts,
I mean, you used to
shout
be able
out
to
the
do
Nelk
like
boys
certain,
know.
Yeah, you used to be able to do like certain amount of seconds or something like that, but like you can't even do that shit no more.
No, I don't think you can even have like a bar.
Sheesh,
Like they won't even give you one bar.
that's nuts.
So yeah, or even a break of a bar.
Yeah,
Like it's just so they're but we don't have enough listeners yet, and they'll ask you if you want to edit it out or not. Are you familiar with like the landscape of like YouTube, not putting out your own original content? Like, because I'm not. I just got onto it since we've been doing the show.
I'm familiar with the landscape of YouTube. I worked at a company where, we handled straight up YouTube videos and stuff like that all day. So I'm familiar with that whole process.
Okay,
copyright strikes and all that shit. Like
Yeah,
that.
and how does that? So when you do get large enough, how do we get around that if we wanted to play music that was?
Well, really, the key is to get. A lot of times, just straight up. If you can get to whoever's stuff you're trying to use, just asking them for permission straight up. 'Cause sometimes it's as simple as that. But if they're tied into a whole bunch of other companies and stuff, if you're featuring somebody,
That's
and
what I
they
was
give you
wondering.
permission, a lot of times, for the video content they were producing, they would get people to sign waivers and stuff like that. That would, basically free them of that situation,
Yeah.
like the copyright strike and all that stuff like that.
Because you can only get 3 strikes, right?
Yeah, it's like 3, and then it's a whole disputing process if you get one, and if you like want to dispute it, and you're like, hey, that's like a strike I didn't deserve, because sometimes they do that too. Sometimes you randomly get a strike for nothing.
Yeah.
And then you got to dispute it. So, but it's a whole like intricate process, but it's also cool too. Like I'd say the workaround is just really trying to get as much original stuff as possible. So even if you went about it like trying to feature somebody, like their work, or like an artist or like a musician, and you could get them to give you something that's super original and unique to your show, that's the wave too.
Yep.
like we don't-
I was gonna have maybe Alan Price just be set up over here too.
Yeah.
Like there's that we were talking about. There's like a horn player down there on the end of the block, like as you get towards Fifth almost.
Yeah, I saw him.
He's on like a French horn. I wouldn't call it's not a trumpet, I don't think.
Yeah, I think it's more on the French horn side of things. Yeah. He sounded good when I drove by and heard him.
Yeah, and there's a lot of busking out here. And I was mentioning it last week too. There was another gentleman that was out here playing where we were going to set up before. We were across the street, and he was playing like around midnight. He was playing Miles Davis,
Yeah.
and he was a trumpeter that was very good.
That's
and
it.
maybe he comes around every once in a while. We were just talking about. We want to interview the buskers too.
Yeah. A lot of great stories out here, for people trying to do their thing and are doing their thing,
Yeah,
It's like we're all breathing that organic oxygen.
it's in plain air.
In plain air.
Plain air. Should we call it in plain air? But see, there's so you look up in plain air,
No.
and
no.
there's so many people showing you how to paint in plain air, like that style of like outside, or talking, or reviews on easels. Like I want to talk about how do we feel about this, our culture that's in this sphere of just everybody and anybody
But what
is
about
content.
or-
Hold on, let me just finish my thought.
Go
Content
ahead.
creation.
Mm-hmm.
What, like everyone feels the need to be content creating in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a push into surveillance.
Huh, that's it. Now, see
Yeah.
that
Unconscious surveillance state.
we're just volunteering
Yeah.
it ourselves.
Voluntarily surveilling.
We're surveilling ourselves. So exactly.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So see he flipped it right there. So
Mm-hmm.
what we're saying is that it's entering out of a world, because I think it was Denzel Washington said it too, and I thought this was interesting just for the conversation that we're having right now. To Michael B. Jordan's advice to him, he said, "Don't be on social media." He goes, "Why is anyone going to want to pay for you on Saturday night when they have you every day of the week?" for free.
That's facts, though.
And that is facts. And so what I'm saying is that's just a consciousness that he's just like,
But also, I'm not going front. That's kind of some old school way of thinking too. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Because
uh-huh.
I do see the value in social media and promoting your shit. So
that of course. So
Yeah.
I'm asking, but so everyone's got something. So that it's just like this space of, like that we're just constantly. It would be. It's just a weird sphere of reality that we live in.
Yeah.
When we're constantly, like you just said, surveilling ourselves in a
Yeah.
sense. Like we're just like have the camera on us, even us live streaming right now.
Yeah.
It's a sort of because we're also vying for a content space in some way right here.
And that's true. It's definitely like a trade-off.
Yeah.
It's a trade-off that some folks don't know how to balance. I think that's what this period is. It's an adjustment period of learning how to balance like what you're sharing and what you're promoting and, just the lifestyle stuff if that's what you want to be in. But also just being discerning enough to know like that shit ain't for me either.
Yeah.
Because that's a thing too that I feel like putting yourself out there and creating things. Some people are just naturally private, and that's okay.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. And I think that a lot of people are having a hard time and struggling to embrace the value and just the warmth in being private. Like not everything is meant to be shared.
I
Yes.
feel like that's a balance
Absolutely.
that I've been searching for because I feel this pull to create content and to also, content is such a great way to reach. You get to reach more people. Like if I have a certain perspective that benefits me, if I can put that out there in content form, then it can reach more people and it can do good.
You're
right?
extending your community.
Essentially, yes. And then also the aspect of like, there's so much beauty in keeping things private, keeping things personal, but also keeping things real and face to face, like having that sort of aspect. And then I really like what you said about right now we're in that period of like integration where it's like, okay, how do I integrate the benefits of content creation with also having a lifestyle that I'm not living my life on social media, because I love to make videos and put stuff out there, but I also love to just like enjoy my time. And sometimes I don't want to make a video while I'm cooking up a meal. I just want to enjoy the presence of putting the ingredients together in that order and listening to my intuition. Or if I'm like,
well, that goes without
and
saying.
same
You
thing
have
with,
to
like,
have private moments, and
same
when
thing with like relationships. Like I know there's people who have their a big part of their relationship is on the platform or social media, which is like in the view of such scrutiny, and also, you have so many other eyes looking at it. So like finding that balance of like, okay, I want to make content that's beneficial to people, but then exactly what Denzel was saying about like, if you're putting yourself out there for free, nobody's gonna pay for you on a Saturday night. And finding that balance is what I'm seeking right now, because I don't want to be crazy famous. Like I don't want like hundreds of thousands of people following me, but like if I have like 5K people following me in a tight community, and I got my own like Discord, and like we do like group chats or whatever, and I got my little coaching side business, and I'm able to help other people, and potentially get to the point where I'm like doing some sort of like TED Talk or whatever. I'm doing like podcasts or like content in that sort of way, but then I also have my own life at the same time. Like I feel like that's the ideal setup, where I can use the content to reach new people, but then in that it's a funnel to then have a in-person experience. You know what I'm saying?
It's just really like that balance, man. It's just trying to find the peace and that balance of being outside of what it is that you're looking to promote and extend beyond. Because I know that you have a lot of different things that you work on, but that space when you're alone at 9 p.m. at night, like that private space, your own personal space, that's the one that I feel like people should cultivate more. energy about you, and you can do all these things that are like outward facing. You can give people something that they can draw into. You definitely need that space and time to recharge, and get your shit back up. You know what I mean? Like get your way back up. Fortify your mental, and then just get back at it when you're ready. Like that balance for sure. That's the period we in, and it's great that you recognize that and you see that, and it's just something I hope that a lot more people are able to, grasp and take on. We need that right now. We need people having that balance.
Absolutely. And I noticed there's kind of this divide happening at the moment as far as like the soft porn content, and then also like the health and coaching content, like health and wellness, and like then you got like the
Tell
other
me
side.
more.
So
What do you mean?
you got like
explain
Love
more.
Island on one side, bro, where like
Extreme
they're
soft
extreme
porn.
like people are doing things on live TV.
Yeah,
that,
insane.
like, what? Like, are you serious? Like, and then stuff that makes me just scratch my head, that like I don't even want to like watch that. I don't even want to put that in my vibration. And then there's the other aspect of like the health, the wellness, the coaching, and like, there's hundreds of people out there doing that right now who are like, this is how you get jacked and shredded. This is how you eat better. This is how you, and I'm searching to find like, okay, what type of content do I want to put out? Because it's incredibly important, I feel, to be also intentional about it, rather than just, I guess there's two sides of things. You could be super intentional and have a big plan of like how you're going to go about it, or you could just make organic content that you love.
You could make organic melons.
Yeah, man.
Organic melons.
You could drink.
I once knew a melon named Helen.
Yeah.
Helen the melon.
And not keeping it too, not making
Melon
it too
Hunt,
serious,
man.
too. Like
Melon
just,
Hunt.
Melon hunt, not Helen Hunt. Melon.
I'm on a melon hunt.
Melon hunt. Shout out Helen Hunt.
Shout out Helen Hunt.
Wherever the hell she is.
Wherever Helen Hunt may be.
Wherever the hell Helen is. What the hell is?
She was in Twister, right?
She was in
Twister, the
Twister,
film.
yeah. I think.
Do you think that Twister was maybe her biggest?
Wasn't she in something else? What else was Helen
She
Hunt?
was in other stuff, but I remember
I'm saying
her.
like other movies that were just as big, right?
I would imagine she had a moment, is what you're saying, right?
She definitely had a moment. I remember seeing her face a lot.
I was in the Helen Hunt, sort of. I mean, she's cool.
I was more of a Sigourney Weaver.
Sigourney Weaver,
Yeah.
Alien.
Alien, yeah.
Yeah, Sigourney Weaver had some good. Sigourney Weaver was also good in Ghostbusters.
Yeah, she was tight in
She
that.
was kind of wild. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
for sure.
like she's tapped in.
She was definitely tapped in.
And what other great Sigourney Weaver franchises are there?
I mean, I think Alien. That's
Alien
that's
is just.
That's it right there.
That's
man.
it, man. That's all we need.
any of those movies.
Yeah.
Gunnar often doesn't have much film reference.
I don't know. I've seen a bunch of great movies. I just haven't seen Alien or Twister.
Twister might not be as legendary as
Yeah,
Ridley Scott Alien. I
You're
mean, I
not
think
missing
that.
anything on Twister, bro.
Yeah, I don't think Twister.
That's a one-time deal.
That's a one and done for sure. You
Yeah.
might have to revisit Alien a couple times in a lifetime, at least.
At least the first two. Alien 1, Alien 2.
Alien
I
2,
don't really
yeah.
feel like watching that.
Okay.
It's a different energy, so I feel you on that.
Yeah, like I'm good on that.
Should we? Are we almost signing off at this point? It's noon.
I think that's a wrap.
I think it's a wrap. Thank you for being on the show today, Lo.
Yeah, appreciate y'all, man. Thank you for having me.
Great to have you, bro.
Yeah,
Is it Lo Wilkinson?
that's me.
That's it. Lo Wilkinson, everybody, and we get and not to be too much into the content creative sphere, but where can we find you?
You can find me on most of these platforms under the name Super Sport Low.
Super Sport Low.
Yeah, Super Sport, like
I like it.
the El Camino. Yeah.
There was a Super Sport, also like a Honda Super Sport with those little 400cc bikes that they made back in the 70s that were slick. I always,
sick.
yeah. Super
Super
Sport.
Like the Bugatti.
Super Sport.
Is there a Bugatti Super Sport?
it?
There is a Bugatti Chiron Super Sport.
Chiron.
You're a car guy secretly, Gunner. I noticed that.
Chiron is tight. I like
Yeah.
that one.
Super Sport is the one to get too,
Um,
or maybe the Pure Sport.
Pure Sport.
The Pure Sport has this matte, huge spoiler, bunch of downforce. The Super Sport is the one that goes 300 plus miles an hour.
There you go.
Wow. That's takeoff, man.
Yeah.
You were flying. Which reminds me, okay, has anyone ever, so I came across something that I hadn't seen, and he was on the Letterman show. The guy that, his name is Lawn Chair Larry, he used weather balloons. He became known as Lawn Chair Larry. He used weather balloons from his house in San Pedro to fly off. He went 16,000, he took flight 16,000 feet in weather balloons.
Sheesh.
Look it up, and went into LAX land,
Yeah.
air zone. And have you guys ever heard of him before?
You said Lawn Chair Larry? No. never.
Lawn Chair Larry. Look
Yeah.
him up.
I'm gonna look him up.
He took off like up.
Yeah, like up 42 weather balloons that he bought in like an army surplus store. His girlfriend bought for him. He went on. There's a whole interview on David Letterman.
You said
Did
that
he
was
get
out here in San Pedro?
Arrested?
He took out of San Pedro. Did get arrested.
That's some California
Fined
shit for sure.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, man.
That is right.
Yeah, that's some California stuff going on there.
And then it took off.
Yeah.
So it took off as a trend, and then there was other people using a chair, like literally he knew the price of the Sears lawn chair, and he took off
That's sick.
16,000 feet, and was in flight, and he descended by using a pellet gun to shoot the outside balloons off to slowly drift to landing, and did so successfully. He did this whole thing successfully.
Man, that sounds fake as hell, yo.
No, he
That
was
sounds
up there
fake.
16,000 feet. Could you imagine?
I cannot. It
We-
sounds fake.
Bro, was
Dude.
he strapped in with like a seatbelt or something?
Right, what's going on?
I think he was. I think no. As a matter of fact, I think that David Letterman did ask that question, and he was not strapped in. Did not have a seatbelt. We're still on. We're just signing off right now. We'll sign off now. I just wanted to leave them with Larry, Lawn Chair Larry, the guy that took flight in weather balloons. This is my girlfriend, my partner, Isolde. This is Lo, our guest
Yeah.
today. He's from the goat cheese farm. What's the name again? I'm sorry.
Drake Family Farm.
Drake Family Farm. I won't forget that now. Drake Family Farm. Lo Wilkinson. Okay, we're signing off.
Peace.
Gunner Grieve.
We're out.